let's set aside the emotions for a second. All we're talking is strategy. When you go to war, people get, die. And of course, nobody wants to see family innocent. But as a general has to be in the moment making tough decisions. Let's talk purely strategy. If it's pure strategy, how did DeSantis go from winning by only 34,000 votes to winning 1.5 million votes in the great state of Florida? How did he do it? Did he do it because he only went to Republican counties? Did he do it because he only went to Republican cities? Or did he do it because he won Miami-Dade? How did he do it? He's the greatest governor we have right now in America because he went and won people over. Dinner's being had. We're having lunch at the house. What did Mikey said? He says they're having dinner with a guy who's a liberal, hardcore liberal. He says when they asked him the question about DeSantis, he says, what do you mean DeSantis? He says the best governor. Yeah. He says he's a Republican. He says we don't look at our governor as a Republican. He's just a great governor, and we want to keep him here, and they'd love to vote for him as a liberal. Yep. This guy converted people. So watch this. Strategically, not going help the Republicans strategically. Yep. You mean to tell me you're not going? Guess what, Pete? Here's what's going to happen when foreign affair issues comes up. They're going to bring one question for you. You're done. All they're going to say is, hey, so how would you handle the issue there? And then the opposition is going to say what? Yeah, if a war was to take place, it would take him 4 weeks to make a decision. It would cost millions of people's lives. Do you really want a president like that? He couldn't handle a small city like East Palestine. You want him to be the decision maker of a country of 330 million people? He's not qualified to be a president. Boom, you're fired 5 seconds later, get off the stage, right? So Pete is done with what he did for 2024. Now let's go to the other part. Here's what's weird, very weird. So yesterday, who goes to East Palestine? Trump. So if you go to YouTube, Rob, and just go to YouTube's, go to Fox News' YouTube channel. Go to Fox News' YouTube channel, okay? So this, I watched the last, okay, go to videos, click on that. Can we put it on the screen so everybody can see it? Okay, so Trump in 2015, 2016, if you go back and look at the videos on Fox News, literally, every 3 video was about Trump. So Trump just went to East Palestine. Of the last 50 videos that they just uploaded, how many of them should be about Trump? All of the last 50. What do you think it should be of the last 50? 5, 10 should be about Trump. Watch this. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going. 7, 8, 9. Keep going. 10, 11, 12. Find his picture on the boom.
14.
Former Trump donor reveals why he's supporting possible DeSantis run. Wow. This is a anti-Trump story. Keep going. Ned Ryan, these Trump political witch hunts all end up as bad jokes. Keep going.
Negative story.
Now it's
negative
there.
Story. East Palestine residents praise Donald Trump. Right now, keep going. Hannity, Tucker, keep going. Next. Keep going. Next. I went and watched CNN. CNN hosts praise Trump.
Really?
How confusing is that? He says, listen, say what you say about Trump. He showed up.
Wow.
And Pete Buttigieg should show up. I don't know why he's not showing up. He should. They said, I understand why Biden didn't show up. Both Republican and Democrats are saying, we understand why Biden was in Ukraine for the 1-year anniversary. If you're already committed $50 billion, it's a total of $100 billion we've given to Ukraine, of which around 50, 60 billion is our money. It's a total of $100 billion. We're the #1 country with the most money being given to them. You have to show up because that's checking on your investment, if that makes sense. If you're investing into a company and you own 50% or 60% of the equity company, 1-year anniversary, what do you got to do? You got to go to it. He still has to go to East Palestine.
Yeah.
But he's gone and done that, no problem. Pete Buttigieg has 0 excuses. CNN is giving a shout out to Trump. Fox isn't giving a shout out to Trump, including Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity discussion on East Palestine was only a few seconds. CNN talked about him visiting East Palestine. So what is this telling you? Here's what it's telling you. Fox today is Team DeSantis. Fox is no longer Team Trump. Yep. Just so everybody knows this part here. Fox is no longer Team Trump. As of right now, it's purely DeSantis. Whether you like it or not, go do your own research, listen to these guys. So I'm willing to bet there's a conference call or a conversation saying pump the brakes if we're going to go full Team Trump, or if we're going to go full Team DeSantis. We feel better with DeSantis right now. The polls are coming out. I got a couple polls here on popularity where DeSantis is showing ahead over Trump. So Fox is taking that position. CNN on the other side, they're also looking at this saying, well, DeSantis just has the most impeccable resume today. Okay, it's hard to beat his resume. Say what you want to say. You have to explain 34,000 to 1.5 million. You can't win that. It doesn't matter what anybody says. I went from having 34,000 subscribers, and I've increased it by 1.5 million subscribers. Go ahead and beat me. What's your argument? Say whatever you want, and more people are coming to my state, and we're safer, and we're this, and we're that, and we're this. That's a beautiful resume. So that part that Trump, who had Fox News, Trump, who had Hannity, Trump, who had everybody on Fox when he was on the shows, that's going to be missing today. So I think this kind of leads me to the conversation about Trump and DeSantis with head-to-head matchup, what it's going to look like. And Trump is still making the comments. How many guys don't like it when Trump says, I would never call him meatball, I would never call him meatball, I would never call him. Does that bother you? Or do you kind of find that funny when he does that? How do you take that, by the way? You guys don't have an opinion on that? Do you see when he says the meatball stuff? Or do you like it or you don't care if he does it? That's who he is. You don't care about it. Okay. So some people made a comment about this, and I want to get your thoughts. Some people said, like, here's a tweet from a couple days ago. I will never call Ron the sanctimonious Meatball Ron, as the fake news is insisting I will, even though Fox News killing Lightwell, Paul Ryan is revered by him. Low energy Jeb Bush is his hero and always had his side. His beaches and states were closed for long periods of time. His testing for the China virus didn't work out too well, and his loyalty skills are really weak. It would be totally inappropriate to use the word meatball as a moniker for Ron. Okay. A lot of people don't like this commentary on what Trump said. I'm going to go to our friend first to see what he thinks about it. Adam, tell me, what do you think about the approach Trump is taking with Ron DeSantis?
You got to understand Trump's humor here. It's like, I don't care what you tell me to do. I'll never call him meatball. No, I'll never do it. Never in a million years am I going to call him meatball Ron. I'm not going to do it. No matter how hard you encourage me to call him meatball Ron the sanctimonious. I'm just not going to, buddy, I told you I'm not going to call him meatball Ron. It's like we've seen this shtick. Unfortunately, for Trump, and to my friends in the room here, the shtick's getting old, guys. It was very new in 2015. Very new, whether you like Trump, whether you didn't like Trump, it was fucking new. It was like, what? This guy's on stage calling out Republicans. This is crazy. Little hands, Marco Rubio. I got bigger hands. This is crazy. It was so new, it was so fresh that people just, it was must-see TV. At this point, even Fox News is like, ugh, just fade away. And they basically said, we'll take all your policies, because I've been very clear, a lot of Trump's policies were good for the country. But all the name-calling and the childishness and the divisiveness, it's like we can do away with all of that and just get the same policies with Meatball Ron. And that's, I think, where the fervor of the country is at this point. And here's my last point. If you want to just win a Republican primary, nominate Trump. If you want to lose the presidency again, go ahead, guys. Trump 2024. Good luck.
Well, Pat, can I say one thing, though? Are we...
Adam will be in the back for those I want to talk to him. If you have any issues with him, he'll be right here.
But just to be clear, I will gladly vote for Meatball Ron DeSanctimonious. Gladly. And I'll just call him Governor DeSantis. Yeah. I will never call him Meatball Ron.
Yeah. But here's my question, though, and this is for everybody. Like, is anybody surprised that he's going to be this guy, Pat? Is anybody like, oh, my God, I understand the, oh, my God, here we go again. But put yourself in Trump's shoes. From the jump, you don't think he has a vendetta? From the beginning, he announced everybody and their mother, from all the Republicans, all the Democrats, all the media, all the left, they all surrounded his ass and they went after him. Bro, that guy, and everything now that we're finding out with Twitter and just common sense, it was all bullshit. You don't think he has a chip on his shoulder where he's like, yo, I'm coming in hot. He's a winner, bro. Say what you want. He's orange or whatever the hell people say. Bro, that guy is a winner. He wins in real estate. He's a freaking boss. And with all the stuff culminating around what everybody was around him, bro, he is in attack mode. And guess what? He's a competitor, bro. When you know you have Ron DeSantis, the meatball, coming up with you, bro, you got to talk smack. He's the golden child. So guess what? I'm not surprised. And guess what? The gloves come off. He's a fighter, bro, and it's gonna be interesting, but it's gonna be a hardcore fight.
Let's talk to a very stable man who's a father of 2 girls, professor, just took his kids. They're rock star kids, 4.6 GPA, one of the best golfers in the country at 16 years old. She is. I've watched him as a father, as a businessman, as a advisor. Tom, tell us, what do you think is really going on here, and who do you think is going to have the edge when it comes down to winning this whole thing?
Well, there's two things that people need to understand about Trump. You don't have to love him, but go look at the videos like when he sat there with NATO telling them that they had to pay their fair share and how he defended America's economy. Go look at how he stood up to China and said, this is the way I'm going to play this game. And then when he gets out on the field of play for politics has been set. You do your sound bites, and then all your proxies go out there and spin it to the media. And then this guy comes out and says, I'm not playing your game the way you want me to play your game. So you are a disaster. And he goes out and he does it the way he wants. This guy brings guns to knife fights. And he does not go gentle into that good night the way the political realm goes in America. Because the underlying current of running for office in America is, I'm ultimately going to have to make a compromise with you, and get legislation passed. So I'm going to come hot on certain things, but I'm not going to come in, really, really super low, because ultimately I have to work together. Now, the presidential race, we saw it that way. We saw it that way with Romney and Obama. That was the last time we saw it that way. With Hillary, we didn't. And DeSantis is taking a normal progression of people love me in Florida because I executed. Hurricane, I executed solutions. Economy, I executed solutions. COVID, I executed solutions. And then everywhere but Broward County and a little part of Orlando said, you're right. And I like what you did to my state, and I'm voting for you. And he gets almost 1.5 million vote differential there. He crushed the opponent. Well, that guy is taking his normal next political step, and he's running into a buzzsaw with a guy that does not play by the normal set of rules in terms of the campaign. And I'll tell you, that's what you're seeing. And you're seeing Trump be Trump, and you're seeing the political establishment and the media, they don't know how to deal with that.
Here's my, I'm by the way, it doesn't bother me at all. When people ask and say, hey, how could you sit there with Antonio Brown? And he says, you idiot, what do you know about Liberty City? And all I go, okay, cool, I got you, okay. I'm going to go to your city to learn about your city. And I'm going to go be a Dixie, what do you call it? Winn-Dixie bagger, and to learn what that city's all about, because maybe I'm an idiot, okay, and I'll learn about your community. But here's the part.
He tried to compare Liberty City to Iran. He's like, there's guns out here. It's like, I'm from Iran.
From Iran, bro. How about bombs?
Yeah. It's a big difference.
And you didn't really understand me, boy. You didn't understand me. This is just a parody.
You're funny. This is a parody. but you know what it is? Here's the part. You have an opponent. If you know your opponent's dirty, and he's dirty, and you're shocked, you're a fool. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If your opponent plays the hardcore Christian, Mike Pence do-gooder, all this stuff, and then something comes out, he doesn't know how to handle it. It's like, you can't use that card. If a girl came out for Mike Pence, what would the world react with?
Yeah, right, buddy.
No. You wouldn't even believe it.
I wouldn't believe it. He doesn't travel without his wife or
but
would not
what
be
I'm
in the
saying
same room as a lady.
But that is Trump's brand. So for people to say, how could you say something like this? You must not have been following this guy for decades. That's who he is.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.